Hi, I'm Vanessa Joy, and I'm going to walk you through how to use a Profoto B10. This is your user's guide for the Profoto B10. I'm going to walk you through all the different menu settings and show you how I like to set it up and where all the little controls are and what you can do so that when you're ready to use this on the field, you know exactly what you're doing and you're not fumbling around with your light in front of all your clients, which is always my favorite thing to do. Anyway, here we go. So number one, to turn it on, you just hold the white button. Ta-da! The white button while we're here is also what you use to test fire the light. So if you want to turn it off, you just hold that button to turn it off. So let's keep it on because I'm not going to show you very much if I have it off. The button all the way on the left, this one is your continuous light, your modeling light. And in the B10, the modeling light is very powerful and it's by color. So that means it can go from cold to warm, from daylight to tungsten. So the way that you turn it on is you just press the button one time and it turns on. And you see two different dials show up here. I'm going to just turn this down so you can see the top one, which is your intensity. You either dial it up or you dial it down. And you might be able to tell, I'm not sure with this video, that it's a very warm light right now. To change that, you hold this button down while you are dialing. So now it goes all the way cold and then all the way warm. All right. From what I know, the B10 can have a continuous light on for about 90 minutes at full power with a full battery. If you like what you're seeing so far, make sure that you download my free branding guide. This is my actual studio magazine that I use to send out to my colleagues, network with other professionals, and to clients, just to tell them a little bit about my company, about my photography, and why, well, they should hire me. So download it. It's absolutely free. It's what I actually use for my marketing, and hopefully you get some inspiration out of it and are able to market yourselves or just get some good eye candy. Let's move on into some of the other menu options so you can get a feel for this. Now, to get into the menu, you press the button in the middle. Press it one time. It's actually fairly easy, to be honest, but again, maybe you just bought this and you want to know how to use it, or maybe you're an assistant and you know you're going to work with one of these and don't have one with you, but need to go on a job next week and you need to know how to use this. So I don't know why you're watching this, but hopefully you're still watching it. All right, so let's take a look. The first thing we have here is our air group. So you press in on the button to go ahead and choose which of the groups that you want. By the way, A, B, C groups are TTL compatible. D, E, and F are not. All right, I'm just going to, go to B and press in, and you'll see that it changed to B. Let's go ahead and dial down to our air channel. Same thing, press in the button and you can scroll through and pick your favorite channel. My favorite channel is 3. Don't know why, just is. Now, this is pretty important, air. This is basically saying whether this light is on or off in the terms of connecting with the transmitter. So if you're using this as an off-camera flash and not just using it as the modeling light, you're going to want to make sure that is on. The Bluetooth here, you may or may not keep this on. I tend to keep it off for the most part unless I'm updating my firmware with the Profoto app that you have right on your phone, which is pretty cool. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the Bluetooth on to make it discoverable. Click yes, and I'm going to say okay, and then we can go to add the light. Oh, my Bluetooth is turned off, so make sure your Bluetooth is turned on, and there it is. There's my device right here, and I just hit connect, and it's going to connect. I'm not going to register it right now because you guys have more things to do. But the cool thing about this is all the different functions that you can do on the back of this, you can also use on your phone. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you're a pro-level photographer, you're like, well, but I can also do it on the back of my camera. Great, but maybe you're an assistant and your photographer that you're working with is telling you to change something, but you're obviously not the one holding the camera and the lights are God knows where. You can just be here changing whatever you want. So really, really cool stuff. But anyway, so we can change the continuous light here. We can turn it on. We can change the color temperature here. Maybe I should just turn it on so you can see. So we got the continuous light, turn it on. We can change the intensity. dialing it up or down. Let's dial that down so I'm not blind. The color temperature again, going cold and warm, however you want it to. Let's go ahead and turn that off. You see the on off button right here. And then of course we have like the actual flash. You can take a picture with your iPhone and flash the B10. Now it's not the full actual flash, it's like the LED flash, but it kind of set us up for expecting what is out now, the Profoto C1 and C1 Plus, which is actually a flash for your phone, which is really cool. All right, so coming back, so the rest of these functions here are changing your exposure of the actual picture, white balance of the actual picture, you know, because you're going to necessarily take a picture, but then the tint as well as a white balance. So if you wanted to do that here, you've also got a digital zoom and a timer. So pretty cool just to have the functionality of the light built into the phone for a myriad of reasons. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this for now. We'll just turn this off, put my phone down, and walk you through the rest of the menu. So go into Bluetooth. Now, like I mentioned, I typically have that off because I don't have my assistants controlling my lights that much. I'm always controlling them at the top of my camera with my trigger, but total preference. I keep it off. So go ahead, discoverable, no. I'm going to go back. Now, IR slave, that means infrared slave. So maybe you have need to trigger this light with an infrared, you can do that. So you can have that either on or off just by clicking. I keep it off because I'm always triggering with my Profoto remote, so I don't need to use an infrared trigger. Going down here, we've got flash mode normal or flash mode freeze. You're going to use flash mode freeze if you're using, you know, really high speed type stuff. I don't do that. A lot of you probably don't either, but if you are, that's your flash mode that you're going to be using. Like, I don't know, freezing a bullet shooting through an apple or something. I don't actually know all the tech. I will tell you that right now. Never shot a picture of a bullet going through an apple with a flash. I don't know how to do it, but that's flash mode for that. Now the continuous light here, it says free or prop. So what that means is when you're turning it on free, you can dial it, you know, up or down, but the prop, when you turn it on, let's go ahead and turn it on, it's prop means proportional. So it's proportional to how bright you are setting your actual flash to. So right now I'm actually dialing the flash power up and down. That's what these numbers are. These are your flash powers. It goes from 1 to 10 in tenths of an increment. And the modeling light or the continuous light is proportional relative, you know, to how bright I'm setting the actual flash. This is really helpful for you when you have multiple lights set up and you want to see kind of the difference in light ratios between the different lights that you have set up. So you can have the continuous light being set to proportional, which, you know, will let you kind of see the differences of light and shadow and how bright one light is as opposed to another in the modeling light scenario. So that may or may not be helpful to you. All right, so let's go ahead on. I'm actually going to change that back to free because I tend to like to just control my continuous light separately from my flash power. All right, and now we have the last little tab here is the advanced tab. Don't freak out. It's actually not that advanced. All right, so first one here is the ready signal. I can make that a few different things. So what the ready signal is it's indicating to you that your flash power, it has recycled, your flash has recycled, and it's ready to flash again. Now with the Profotos, they are super fast. You may not even ever notice it needing to recycle depending on what you're shooting and how powerful the light is coming out of here. Oops, by the way, the menu goes away after a few seconds if you're not doing anything. So the ready signal, you can have it beep, have the sound when it's ready. So hear that beep? That's the sound, and that's because I had it at full power. Let's just turn that down. All right, it'll be much faster. Let's say if I'm shooting at 1, it's like right as I press it, it's ready. So that's number one option. Your other option here would be to have the dim. So I have to come back to, oops, let's go back to here. By the way, this is this button right here, the white one that's on and off. If you're in the menu setting, you tap it once, it goes back to the default. So I can press it here. And if I have the modeling light on, you see, oh, let's do it this way. Let's pump it all the way up. All right, there, you see the modeling light. It dims and then comes back on when it's ready to go, okay? Which you wouldn't see it, you know, if I'm doing it at 1 because it's just ready to go. Or you could have both. You could have both the sound and the dim happening. So let's go all the way up to 10 so you really see it. Boop, ready. Okay, so I don't like to have any of that on. Again, I'm not shooting super fast, but it is helpful to have either a visual or an auditory, indication that your flash is ready to go. Note that if you are using the dim feature, you need to have the continuous light on, the modeling light on, for it to actually work. So back to advanced, I set mine to off, so that's where I want mine to be. Now the control sounds, this is the noise that this makes when you're actually controlling it. So listen. You can have that on, or I can set that to off. And you don't hear it anymore, all right? So that's what that is. And then we have exposure warning, so you can have this on or you can have it off. And what this does is it warns you if you're taking a picture before your flash has had the chance to recycle. So it's just kind of like a heads up here if you maybe, like I do, don't have that sound or the dim on, notifying you that your flash is ready and it's recycled and ready to fire again. It's a way for the light to warn you that, hey, you're taking a picture before I'm ready. We've got display brightness. I keep it set to auto, but you could of course have it to max, and now you can see it's much brighter. Or maybe you want it on low if you're constantly in dark scenarios and don't want the back of this really pumping out light. So that's up to you. I'm keeping mine on auto. Standby here, you can set for it to be 5 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour, or never. I have it at 30 minutes. So basically, if you've got this thing on for 30 minutes, maybe you forgot that you had it on and you stuck it in your bag, it's going to go into standby mode, and this cute little moon pops up here when it's in standby mode so that you're not killing your battery unintentionally. And then you've got an auto off, so you can actually completely have it turn off all by itself, as opposed to just being in standby mode where it has a little moon. It will completely turn itself off if you want to. I have it set to 1 hour. We've got our little about, so you know your serial number. Of course, you've got your factory reset. Let's not reset all the settings. So now let me show you some of the tactile stuff. So right now I have this bottom part on here, and this is really just, I call it like the handle. If I have my assistant using it, they can just use it and hold it up, point it wherever it needs to be. And then of course this can go right onto a tripod, light stand, whatever. But this actually comes off, which is pretty cool. So you unscrew it here, and then you can just pull it off, all right, just like that. And it's kind of nice because you've got this separately like that, and I believe this is metal here, this part's plastic, but it's pretty heavy duty. It just makes for easier packing when you can, put this somewhere else. So, and then it's kind of cool because if you know the backstory behind this, the code name for this when they were designing it, it was called the pint, because they wanted the light to be no bigger than a pint of beer. So drink up. Anyway, I hope this was helpful for you and you have found new confidence in using, adjusting, and fine-tuning your Profoto B10. Happy shooting. I'm Vanessa Joy. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and make sure you don't miss a thing here on Vanessa Joy Education.